What are support and resistance levels? How to draw them? What are the use for them? How can you make money from them on a consistent basis? That's what this video is going to answer, okay? Just had someone ask me this on Instagram, so decided to make a YouTube video about it so it can help others, okay? And by the way, if you don't follow me on Instagram, it's 1ES Morg, okay? So that's the number one, ES, because that's what I trade, ES Futures, and more, because that's my name. So what are levels? Okay, so let's just start from the very basics for the people that don't know. Okay, so levels are all of these lines that you see on my chart. Okay, all of the blue lines and even the red lines and even the white lines. Okay, you can put them whatever color you like. All right, you can make it a little creative, right? So, what are levels? All of these on my chart, and what are the use for those? Okay, so these are tools that are basically we just use to see where the price has reacted in the past. Okay, because the price in the future, if we ever retrace to test that same price that we reacted to in the past, then we can expect a reaction there now. Now, why is it important to us? It basically gives people a visual representation of where everyone should enter, okay? And if you know how I trade, right? If you know how I've been consistently profitable, then I trade against traders, not with traders, okay? And so how I see levels is these are places where people are looking to enter, right? They are looking to do the same things, right? The same basic stuff that they were taught. But we will get into that on another session, right? Let's stick to the levels. Now there's two types of levels. There's support and there's resistance levels, okay? Support levels are all the levels that are under where the price is currently at. Resistance, the opposite, okay? So it's all the levels that are above where the price is currently at. And so how is this relevant to the price? So if price comes down and tests any support, then you can expect it to hold. You can expect it to hold support, right? That's how they got the name support, okay? Now, resistance, if price shoots up and tries to test any resistance, you can expect a little resistance from the price breaking through, okay? Now, here's what people don't want you to know. They want everyone to think that, right? Support levels are called support because that's where the support is at and I can expect it to hold. So if it doesn't hold, then I should probably try to short, right? That's what people want, right? And that's how we are consistently profitable because we don't think like most traders. Most traders consistently lose, okay? So you don't want to think like them. And that goes down to the very basics of even levels because levels are the ABCs of trading. Everyone should have them on their charts, okay? Everyone should know how to draw levels. And now that brings me to how do I draw my levels, right? How did I get all of these lines, levels, on my chart? Let's talk about it. Okay, so I've actually brought up my Apple chart completely blank, right? No levels, no drawings, no nothing, right? So no matter what you are trying to trade, when you first start trading, you're gonna hop on the charts and it's gonna be blank, right? The first thing you need to draw, technical analysis, are your levels, okay? Because you want to see the places, right? The prices where you can expect buyers and sellers to step in at, right? Because these are going to be your entry points, right? These are going to be where you can get the easiest entries and the best entries and where you should enter, okay? So as day traders, of course, naturally, we're going to be executing trades off the smaller time frames, okay? And so although we focus on the day-by-day actions, right, and the immediate moves to make us money, right, you want to focus on the larger time frames when you're starting out drawing your levels, okay? The reason for that is because the larger time frames, that's where the larger money is at, okay? The big money, right? The institutions, the manufacturers, the wholesalers, right? The ones that have enough money to actually make these prices move, they're not trading off 3 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute trying to catch level to level moves, okay? Trying to catch $7 to $10 to make $1,000 a day or whatever the case is, right? And so because of that, if they trade off the larger time frames, okay, then we must start our levels off the larger time frames. If the major money is there, then that's going to be your major levels. And so some people like to start on the daily, the weekly. Some people like to start on the 6 hour, the 12 hour, the 4 hour, right? I start on the 4 hour, okay? So if we go to the 4 hour, let me actually, boom. So now we're on the 4 hour and then I'm going to zoom out, right? You're going to zoom out. You can zoom out however much you want. It doesn't matter, okay? But of course you need to get all the immediate levels that are relevant to where you are at, right? Where the price is currently at, okay? So now that we are zoomed out, okay, you have a blank chart and now you want to start drawing levels. The very first things you want to do is go ahead and just mark the highs, all right? Go ahead and just mark the highest point we have ever been in that zoomed out section at least, right? Now, I know the keyboard shortcut, of course, but if you know TradingView, then the tool for the levels are, there we go, horizontal line, okay? So it should be the second menu all the way to the left. It should be an arrow that pops up right beside it. Once you hover over it, boom, menu pops out, find horizontal line, okay? Click it, boom. Wherever you click it on the chart, that's where that horizontal line will be, okay? If you have a MacBook, then that shortcut command is just Options H, okay? And if you are creating new levels, right, those new resistance levels, right, the levels that are above the current price, then you can also put Options J and it will start your level at where that level started for you on a technical analysis basis, right? But let's actually remove all of these levels so we can just start from the top and you can draw these with me, right? There we go. So first thing, go ahead and mark the highs, okay? So once you have the highs, go ahead and mark the lows, okay? And actually, my window is here, so I can't even really see my, okay, there we go. And so just mark the lowest point of your chart, right? So mark the highs and the lowest point of the section you have zoomed out at, okay? So for us, boom, right here, okay? Now that you've marked the highs and the lows, the general rule to drawing any of the other levels is you're just placing it where the price is tested 2 or more times, okay? But the more, the better, okay? And then better meaning the more accurate, right? You can expect to see more reactions there than here. So if I place a level here and it's been 2 tests, which would be a valid level, right? But then if I bring it down a few points and then it's maybe 3 tests there, then I can expect to see a better reaction there, right? And a less indecisive reaction if I put it there, okay? But I would draw them both, right? Because you want every single level. So just to erase that, okay? So like I said, we have the highs and the lows. You're going to place it where the price is tested 2 or more times, okay? So just off the rip, we can already tell that price tapped here and price tapped here, okay? So we would place it right here, simple. That's our first level. We can place it here, okay? We can place it here, okay? We can place it here, okay, right? And so you are basically just capturing all of the major bounce spots and rejection spots, right? All of the stubborn places that either buyers kept bouncing from or sellers kept rejecting, okay? But you always want to start on the higher time frames, okay? Because that's where the major money is at, right? That's going to give you the best follow through, the most aggressive moves, okay? These are going to give you your major levels off the rip. Okay, and so now on the 4 hour, let's say I've gotten every single spot where I've seen buyers step in 2 or more times or sellers reject it 2 or more times, right? I've marked all of those spots with my levels, okay? The ones above it are my resistance. The ones below the current price are my support, okay? Now, when I'm done with the 4 hour, then I go down to the 1 hour, okay? And now once you go down to the 1 hour, your chart's gonna be a little bit more zoomed in now because now each candle represents one day. On the 4 hour chart, each candle represented 4 hours, okay? So it zoomed in a bit, and once you zoom in a bit, now you will see more spots that the price is tested 2 or more times, right? And so we can draw one here, okay? Boom, right? We can draw one here, okay? Right? We can draw this here, okay? We can draw this here, okay? Because we got this test here, and then we got all of these tests here, okay? This was drawn here because of this test, and then we got this test down here, right? This is a whole bunch of tests, right? We got multiple tests here. And now let's zoom out a bit, right? In case we got some more levels, and obviously we do, okay? Place one here, right? I could place one here, okay? And then let's just say that that's all of the levels, okay? So now I've drawn all my levels on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. Now I'm gonna go down to the 30 minute, okay? So now I'm on the 30 and I see if there's more places where the price is tested, okay? And so now we have this here, okay? We have this here, okay? We have this here, okay? And so y'all should see the gist of it now, right? And so you're starting from the higher time frames and then you're working your way down. I'll start on the 4 hour, then I go down to the 1 hour, then I go down to the 30 or the 15. And actually, let's go down to the 15 now after doing the 30, right? And so as you zoom in more, as you get smaller and smaller time frame, you're going to see more and more levels, okay? So you can start on the 4 hour, go down to the 1, then you could go down to the 15, okay? Then you could go down to the 5, right? And so now that we're on the 5, we can see there's more bounce spots, right? We can see there's more areas, okay? Because now, let me place this here. So we got this test here, and we got this cluster of tests here, right? If I place it here, we have this rejection here, okay? And we got this cluster of a bunch of rejections and bounce spots, okay? And so now you see, just starting on the 4 hour time frame and then working your way down. Now, if we go back to the 4 hour, now we have all of these levels that we've drawn, and it looks like a cluster. It looks like a whole bunch of levels, but we are day traders. Okay. We make money just from making money off the immediate move. Okay. And so I have a general rule where I take all of my entries, or I enter all of my trades on the 3-minute chart. And so now if we go on the 3-minute chart, hold on. There we go. And so now, I went to the 3 month. There we go. And so now if we go on the 3-minute chart, you can see on this Apple chart, these levels don't look that far apart. Okay. And then prices typically move between 1 and 3 levels throughout the day on ES, what we trade. Okay. And so now if you're looking at the larger time frames, this is what you would see on ES, right? And so let's actually go to my ES chart, right? And so this is what you would see. This is how my 4 hour chart looks, right? But see, we're day traders, right? I'm not trading on the 4 hour. Okay. So now that same exact chart you just seen on the 4 hour, this is the 3-minute. Okay. And now the levels don't look so clustered, right? So now a level to level move is pretty simple. Okay. And this one level to level move here from 43 to 32, right? So basically 11 points. That's a $550 move if you're trading one contract of what we trade. Okay. And so now you see like how these levels really play a part and how you can consistently make money through them. Okay. And then with ES just typically on an average day, it moves 72 points. Okay. And so a level to level move is usually between 7 and 10 points. And so basically to consistently make money, to consistently just catch a level to level move, you're focused on just 10% of the day, 8 to 10% of the day. Simple. Okay. And so that's how you draw support and resistance levels. That's the importance of them, right? And that's how you can use them so you can make money consistently trading. Okay. So hope this helps. More videos coming soon. Follow me on Instagram, 1ESMorg, and subscribe. Let's go.